we're picking up here. And I'm still waiting for the Cyber Sword to slowly lose health, and now it's as good time as any to get rid of it. Not very fast way, but it gets it done.
You may hold your head high in hell.
This is a strategy that GameFAQs suggested, so that's why I decided to test it out. Equipping this means that the damage inflicted by enemies is going to be a quarter of its normal amount, and that will be really handy against the boss. But first I need to head back to the spring to get my Sword Blessing Steel Stone back. Now I have to head back to the save point. At this point you should have only like probably more than 60% of the treasures found, but not a lot. That's because the rest will be found after the boss fight. Oh, I also got a golden egg. That is a status increase. A permanent status increase. It's kind of like the seals and shadow hearts. Unfortunately for this case, the golden egg is actually very random. It increases all stats, but it's random. And that's why I need to fight the four-winged owlbear, what they call the Griffon.
Sorry, but there ain't room in the world for both of us.
Too true. I'm gonna use Guard Reinforce on Leona because she's nuts. She doesn't have that high defenses. Now, with the Seal Stone in place, theoretically, the damage done by the Griffon will be weaker.
This one's tougher than I thought.
No, it's not tougher, it's just that I'll take a turn. I discovered that by doing this I was able to okay, it's now frail, which means absolutely nothing, because it doesn't heal itself. Well, with the direct, I got a direct assault on this. And I also got a Griffon's Talon, which I don't know what it does, but I'll look it up. I was seeing what direct assault does, but it only gives me a charge break, which isn't the best item in the world. What it does is it restores AP, but it damages at the same time.
You did not know your own limits.
Okay, this one. Now you should get another seal pouch from this fight, which means that you can store 2 seal stones. And here's one that I recommend, Treasure Blessing. It slows down the victory gauge, the one on the side. It's here. It's here. Another iron. That should be all the treasures of this dungeon. You can actually read this again later on, find a new monster, but that won't be until the next chapter. So I have to head back. I'm not interested in fighting the trolls at the moment because I want to show the next side dungeon that you can do. I'm gonna restore this. Okay. Oops, wrong direction. I have to go this way. There we go. Now for the next dungeon, I recommend two people on your team. Armgrim as one of them because his attack wild break induces frailty. and a mage, preferably Lizard. Let's see if I can... Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. But here are the Trigon Mines. And you can only get one seal stone from the spring. I'm gonna get Sword Blessing to increase my attack. But there's a switch there to turn on the crystal light.
Come and get it.
This is where Frailty comes in really handy. Just watch when I beat up the Lizard Lord. I think Fairy in the Box has Cured Condition effect, which is a skill you can equip to any of your characters, but what it does is temporary status abnormalities last only half as long as it normally does. So it's not this one. Then you got Monster Scales, which is your first blue resistance room. Now it will always use an item when it has very little health to heal itself, but it can't do that when it's inflicted with frailty. Where's the last Lizard Lord? There you are. You know, these things are really strong. I want to get its tail so I can get better monster skills. That doesn't work. Now I'll show you the reason why you would need a mage in this dungeon, but not at the moment. Not in this recording just yet. I'm gonna put resistance rating. Force field 100, which is incredibly useless. Well, and you get a free item, which means items have no AP cost. Oh yeah, skills can only work if they're connected by a certain color. Let's see if the ice rune does anything. Yes, it does. No, I don't want that. Because Leone doesn't use magic, so it's pointless. Let's see if Argon can use... Oh, resist magic and descaling might. That does extra damage to scaled enemies like the Lizard Lords that you've seen me fight. And the Cybersaurs, you name it. The Mighty Blow means attacks will either cause enemies to faint or break enemies' guard quicker. But since I said faint is a very useless abnormality, I suggest don't bother. Let's see what's down here. Prism Gem, what that does is it damages a random part of an enemy. Okay, I don't want to leave yet, I want to find the treasures in here. There should be a couple in here. I think. I may be wrong, because I haven't played this dungeon in a while. Oh. It's just a light thing. Listen to that. And here, lower bridge. I'm not gonna show you much of the dungeon, so I'm gonna wrap up here.